Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this, it means someone walked away from you. Maybe without warning, maybe without an explanation. And now, you're left with that burning question, will they ever come back? It's a painful place to be, and I want you to know I understand. The uncertainty, the overthinking, the constant replaying of memories, wondering what you did wrong or what you could have done differently. But here's the truth. People don't come back because you cry, beg, or chase. They don't return because you waited by the phone or checked their social media 100 times. They return when they feel a shift, when they realize your absence is louder than your presence ever was, when they notice you're no longer waiting, no longer affected, no longer within reach. But here's the challenge. You can't fake this. You can't just pretend to move on while secretly hoping they'll notice. That doesn't work. They can feel it. They know when they still have a hold on you. And as long as they believe they do, they won't feel the loss. But when they start to feel your energy slipping away, when they realize they no longer have access to you, that's when regret kicks in. That's when they start questioning everything. But this isn't just about making them return. It's about something bigger. It's about reclaiming your power. You don't need them to realize your worth. You need you to realize your worth. You need to stop seeking validation from someone who left and start validating yourself. Because once you do, you become magnetic. Once you do, you become someone they can't ignore. Today, I'm going to give you 7 powerful steps that will not only make them feel your loss, but will also help you grow so strong that, by the time they return, you'll be the one deciding if they even deserve a place in your life. So, if you're ready to shift the power dynamic and truly move forward, let's dive in. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am my greatest investment. Because at the end of the day, your focus shouldn't be on making them come back. It should be on making yourself so whole that with or without them, you thrive. Now, let's get started. Number 1, silence will haunt them. When someone leaves your life, they often expect a reaction from you. They expect you to cry, chase, beg, or at least show that you're hurting. They expect you to make an effort to get them back, to prove your worth, to fight for the connection you once shared. But the most powerful thing you can do in that moment is nothing. Silence speaks volumes. It's not just about not responding. It's about choosing to step back, to not engage in the drama, to not allow them to continue occupying space in your mind. When you remain silent, they're forced to confront themselves. They can no longer deflect the blame or avoid the discomfort of their own choices. Think about it. When you're constantly trying to reach out, explain yourself, or convince them of your worth, you're handing them control. You're making them feel that they still hold power over your emotions. But when you choose silence, you take that power back. You let them know that your value isn't something they can take for granted or manipulate. And in their silence, they'll begin to question everything. Did I mean nothing? Why aren't they fighting for me? These are the questions that will start to echo in their mind. They'll wonder what happened to the person they left behind. They'll start to miss the energy, the presence, the constant reassurance. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "Silence is a source of great strength." He understood that silence isn't weakness. It's not about being passive or indifferent. It's about being powerful enough to resist the urge to react. It's about showing that your peace is worth more than their games, that your self-respect outweighs any need to seek validation. When you stop chasing, when you don't give in to the impulse to call or text, it sends a message. It says, "I don't need you to be whole." It says, "I am complete on my own." And in that silence, they'll feel the emptiness they created. The void will be louder than any word could ever be. They'll feel the weight of their decision, and it will eat at them in ways that words never could. Now, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am whole, with or without anyone, because true power comes from realizing that your worth doesn't depend on someone else's presence. When you stand firm in your silence, you show that you are enough, all by yourself. So remember, when you give them nothing to react to, you give them everything they need to reflect. And that reflection, it will haunt them long after you've moved on. Number 2, make your absence a loss they can't ignore. It's easy to think that just deleting their number or blocking them on social media will be enough to make them feel your absence. But it's not about just disappearing. It's about making your absence something they truly feel. Your absence should be like a missing piece in a puzzle, something they can't ignore or easily replace. Start by pulling away from all the places where they expect to find you. Don't leave little breadcrumbs of your presence on their social media or in mutual spaces where they can still see you. Stop watching their stories, liking their posts, or leaving your mark on their digital life. It's crucial that they don't have easy access to your energy, your thoughts, or your world. When they can no longer count on seeing you around or hearing from you, that's when they begin to feel the void you left behind. People don't miss what's always there. Think about it. If you always had something, would you truly value it the same way as something rare? When they know they can reach out to you at any time, they take your presence for granted. But when you remove yourself from their daily view, when they realize that they can't just casually check in on you, that's when it hits. They start to feel the weight of your absence, and it'll make them realize just how much they took you for granted. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, said, "What is scarce is precious." This is the truth of human nature. People appreciate things more when they are hard to come by. The less they see of you, the more they realize they've lost. It's a form of reverse psychology. When you're always available, they don't feel compelled to make an effort. But when you pull away, suddenly, they'll wonder what they've lost and start to realize how important your presence was in their life. Don't be afraid to live your life without them. Let them see that you're thriving, even in their absence. Let them see that you are moving forward, growing, and becoming the person they should have never taken for granted. In doing so, you will become a figure of longing, someone they wish they could reach, but can't. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am worthy of being valued and respected. Your absence should be a reflection of your self-worth. When you remove yourself from their reach, you're showing them the value of your presence, and that makes it all the more precious to them. Number 3, shift your focus back to you. The most powerful thing you can do after a breakup or separation is to stop focusing on them and redirect all of that energy back to yourself. It's natural to obsess over why things happened, to replay the events in your mind, and to wonder if you could have done things differently. But here's the truth. The faster you shift your focus back to yourself, the faster you will heal, grow, and make them regret losing you. Start by asking yourself, how can I improve? What have I been neglecting about myself during the relationship? What dreams or goals did I push aside in favor of them? This is your time to rediscover who you are, what you're passionate about, and what drives you. It's about reclaiming your power, taking control of your own growth, and choosing to become the best version of yourself. The more you invest in yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, the more you'll see the incredible transformation that follows. Growth is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are leveling up in life. When they see you thriving, focusing on your health, gaining new skills, advancing in your career, or simply radiating confidence, they can't help but feel the weight of their own regret. Why? Because they'll realize they missed out on someone who wasn't just waiting around for them, but was constantly moving forward. They'll start to regret that they didn't see your worth sooner, and the absence of your energy in their life will be felt even more. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." You want to become the master of your own life, to be someone who no longer defines themselves by the approval or presence of others. When you put the focus on your personal growth, you stop allowing anyone else to have the power to determine your happiness or self-worth. Investing in yourself doesn't just mean physical changes, though that's a huge part of it. It's about nurturing your mind, healing emotionally, and strengthening your resilience. Take up that hobby you put off. Read those books that inspire you. Travel to that place you've always wanted to see. Let your life become one of constant evolution. As you evolve, they will realize just how much they missed out on. They'll wonder why they didn't value the person they had before. The more you focus on you, the less they matter. You'll become a version of yourself that they didn't know existed, and that's when the regret starts to hit them hardest. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am worthy of the best version of myself. When you shift the focus back to yourself, you make them regret the fact that they let someone as incredible as you slip through their fingers. The best part is, you'll never have to remind them. Your growth will speak for itself. Number 4. Stay mysterious and unpredictable. One of the most powerful things you can do to make them miss you is to keep them guessing. People tend to expect certain responses from us, especially if they've been in our lives for a long time. They know how we act, how we react, and what to expect. But here's the secret. Unpredictability is the key to regaining control of the situation and forcing them to rethink their decisions. When they reach out, don't jump at the chance to reply immediately. Don't make them feel like they have you on a string, ready to respond at their convenience. Sometimes, let the message sit for hours or even days. Take your time. If you're feeling strong, don't reply at all. Let them stew in their own uncertainty. This unpredictability shows them that you're no longer waiting for their attention. Your time and energy are valuable, and you're not just sitting around hoping for a message. If you see them in public, don't react the way they expect. You don't have to act angry or confrontational. In fact, that could backfire. Instead, remain calm and indifferent. Don't go out of your way to make them feel like they're the center of your world. A simple nod, a polite greeting, and then you continue on your way. Show them that you've moved on, that their presence no longer affects you in the same way. You've shifted the power dynamics. When they see you acting unpredictably, they will be forced to reconsider their assumptions. Why didn't they respond to my message? Why aren't they chasing me anymore? What are they up to? These are the thoughts that will start to swirl in their mind. As they wonder about your next move, they'll begin to miss you. They'll crave the connection they once had with you and feel frustrated that they can no longer read you like they once could. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, wisely said, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." By being unpredictable, you show them that you're no longer in their control. They can't dictate your emotions or actions anymore. They can't count on you always being there when they need you. In fact, they'll start to wonder if they've lost you for good, and that fear will make them reconsider their choices. Staying mysterious doesn't mean playing games. It means owning your space. and not giving them the satisfaction of knowing exactly where you stand. By doing this, you make them feel the absence of your energy and presence in a way they never expected. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am in control of my own energy and actions. By staying unpredictable, you take the power back into your hands, and that's when they start to miss you. Number 5. Transform into someone they can't replace. When someone leaves, they often do so with the assumption that they can find someone better, that the grass is greener on the other side. But here's the truth. The person they left behind should be so extraordinary that their return becomes an impossible task. It's time to shift the focus from longing for their return to becoming someone who can't be replaced. Start with yourself. Begin by changing your style, not to impress them, but to reflect your growth and personal transformation. Think of your appearance as a reflection of your mindset. Dress in a way that shows you value yourself, that you're confident in who you are. It's not about being flashy. It's about being your most authentic self, someone who is too secure and self-assured to be forgotten. Then, elevate your mindset. The way you think shapes everything about you. Shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. Embrace challenges, setbacks, and opportunities for growth. Your strength doesn't come from avoiding difficulties, it comes from facing them head-on. When you grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you build an aura that's magnetic. You become someone people are drawn to, not because of your appearance, but because of the energy you carry. In addition to upgrading yourself internally, build a social circle that makes them feel like an outsider. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who uplift you, and who recognize your worth. As your network grows, they'll realize they've been left behind. They'll see you thriving, not just in isolation, but with a support system that knows your true value. This social shift shows them that you're not waiting for their approval or attention. You've moved on, and you've done it with grace, confidence, and the love of those who truly see you for who you are. Marcus Aurelius, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." The same applies to you. Don't spend time dwelling on why they left or what you could have done differently. Instead, focus on being the best version of yourself. Cultivate a life that speaks for itself. When they come back, they won't recognize the person they left behind. They'll be forced to see someone who has leveled up in every sense, someone who is now out of their reach. By the time they realize their mistake, it's too late. You've transformed into someone they can't replace, and that's when the tables truly turn. Number 6. Let them feel the full weight of losing you. At some point, they will reach out. Maybe it's a random text. "Hey, how have you been?" Maybe they like an old picture, hoping you'll notice. Maybe they show up in places where they know you'll be. But here's the mistake most people make. They respond too quickly, too eagerly, giving the other person reassurance that they were never truly gone. If you want them to understand your worth, you must let them feel the full weight of losing you. The truth is, people don't change when they're comfortable. They don't reflect when they know they still have access to you. If they think you're waiting in the background, they'll never feel the urgency to fix their mistakes. But when they reach out and find nothing, no response, no engagement, no sign that their presence affects your world, that's when reality hits them. They start to wonder, did I matter? Have they moved on? Did I lose something I'll never get back? That's when regret begins to take root. This is not about playing games. It's about setting a standard for how you should be treated. If someone left you, took you for granted, and assumed you'd always be there. They must feel the void. They must experience what life is like without your kindness, your support, your presence. You were their safe place, but now that safe place is gone. And nothing is more unsettling than realizing that the person who once cared so deeply no longer reacts, no longer waits, no longer needs you. Seneca, a great Stoic philosopher, said, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." When they lose you, they will have no choice but to change. They will have to confront the consequences of their actions. Some will reflect, learn, and grow. Others will realize their loss too late. Either way, your absence forces them to sit with their choices, to understand that not everything is replaceable, that some losses are permanent. So when they reach out, don't make it easy for them. Don't rush to respond. Don't give them the comfort of knowing you're still there. Let them wrestle with uncertainty. Let them feel the discomfort of not knowing if you'll ever come back. That discomfort is what teaches them your value. It's what makes them realize that losing you wasn't just a moment. It was a shift in their life they may never be able to undo. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. My absence will teach them what my presence never could. Number 7. If they come back, make them earn you. If you've applied everything we've talked about, they will return. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but the realization will hit them. They'll remember your kindness, your support, your presence, and they'll feel the weight of losing someone who truly cared. But here's where most people make a mistake. They let them walk right back in without proving they've changed. You are not the same person they left. You've grown, healed, and rebuilt yourself. That means they don't get to come back and pick up where they left off. No easy access, no instant forgiveness, no lowering your standards just because they miss you. If they truly regret leaving, they will have to earn their way back into your life. The past version of you tolerated their mistakes. The new version of you doesn't. You are no longer desperate for their approval or their presence. And that shift in power changes everything. They can no longer rely on charm, apologies, or empty promises. Words are meaningless without action. They must prove, with time, effort, and consistency, that they deserve a place in your life again. This is where patience comes in. Don't rush to let them back in just because they say they've changed. Watch their behavior. See if they take accountability. Do they respect your boundaries? Do they put in real effort? Or do they expect things to go back to the way they were? Many people return not because they've changed, but because they miss the comfort you provided. If they only miss you when they need something, they don't deserve you when you've become stronger. Epictetus said, "Difficulties are things that show people who they really are." This is their difficulty, the challenge of proving they are worthy of a second chance. If they truly want you back, they will rise to the challenge. If they're only returning out of loneliness or regret, they will show their true colors when they realize you're not so easy to win over anymore. So stand firm. You are no longer the person who begs for love or tolerates disrespect. You are now the person who requires effort, respect, and consistency. If they can't meet that, they don't deserve you. It's that simple. The real question isn't, will they come back? Because if you apply these steps, they will. The real question is, by the time they do, will you even care? Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am my greatest investment. If this resonated with you, like, share, and subscribe for more powerful insights. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.